Hey everybody, Tuesday with Tanya in East Greenwich. I got Joanne with me, Joanne Giannini. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. Hi everyone.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming on. And we're in East Greenwich, Besos, wine bar and Tapas, and excellent.
Got our little drinks here.
I know, our little raspberry minty drinks. So we're not going to go over some of the menu items, but drop a comment because we do want to talk about that speech by that football player, Harrison, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Butker, Harrison, how do you say it?
Yeah.
Butker. He's on the, I believe on the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll talk about that. I wanted to mention J-Lo, and then we'll mention some Italian customs, or just in general, family customs, family traditions and stuff. So yeah, so drop a comment now or on a replay with your thoughts about that speech. And you can agree with it, disagree with it.
So we're in the lovely wine room here at Besos on Main Street, and they have such a diverse menu. It's basically a Mediterranean flair, tacos and different Mediterranean cheese boards and all kinds of cheeses, and then they have the regulars like swordfish and cheeseburgers, anything really, and it's quite a menu and a drink menu, and in here it's so cute.
Yeah,
there's behind us. We're trying to figure, these are all little lockers behind us. They're unique. Some of them look like they're antiques.
I know, like little locks. Like I'm wondering if these came from like a school, like at the end of the school year, where everybody just donated like their little lock.
I know, it could be.
Like from everybody's locker. They still use lockers for the kids. I don't even know. I'm assuming they do.
They do. This would be a perfect room for a party, a small party, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want to have like 15, 16 people. And you came in here, and we're living here talking, and it's private, and we like it, and they've been very nice to us here. So come on down.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on down and visit.
Definitely. And there's some lunch specials. I noticed these in particular are like under $20. There's a soup of the day. There's fish and chips. There's mozzarella sandwich.
I know.
There's quesadillas, which I love. A Taco Bell. Taco bowl.
Tacos.
Tacos. Fish tacos.
My favorite.
Yeah, they have the grilled pineapple burger. So definitely make your way down to Besos, and it's right on the corner, right on a fun main street. I like to walk around here. I actually was here walking around yesterday. I just walked around for a little bit, got like a little bit of exercise walking around here, and I love it. It's nice over here. I like it whether it's summer or not. Obviously, it's better in the nice weather because I'm walking around in the nice weather.
Pretty.
So pretty. So yeah. Hey, hi Charlotte. Hey there. Charlotte, drop a comment. Tell us your thoughts about the Kansas City player there with his speech. Let us know what you think, or anyone who's watching now on a replay, let us know so we can jump into that if you want. So what do you think, Joanne?
I think that he was giving his opinion, free speech. I was in the legislature 16 years, and I worked with Democrats, Republicans, Independents. And everyone has their own opinion, and so he gave his opinion. Now we don't have to take it. He's not an elected official that we have to accept what he says is law, but he has a right to say it. Whether people agree or not, he has a right to say it. And his own teammates came out and defended him and said he's a great guy, and that he had a right to say it. And I think people shouldn't be afraid to voice. This is America. This is what we built our dreams on. Free speech.
Right, exactly. And I know it's more of an opinion thing. So Charlotte and anybody who didn't see the speech. Basically, I think it was a very old school speech. Like how, like he said more than one thing that was old school, including how it is okay to stay home and raise your kids, and and like that wasn't the only point he made. There's some other things I'm going to refer to in a moment, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that, because then you have other people who are, very liberal, and it's nothing against liberal people, but who are talking about this gender thing and this and that and pronouns, and it's okay to teach kids that, but that's okay to speak about that.
Now I'm going to say.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, but it's not okay to speak old school. I always speak old school.
I watched the Today Show, Jenna Bush and Hoda were, talking about this football player and in a negative way. And
so they were against it. They were against it. Yeah.
But here's the thing: I happened to watch one day when Jenna Bush told everyone that she doesn't wear panties. and no underwear. She doesn't believe in wearing underwear. And I sat in front of the TV, and my husband and I were having our morning coffee, watching that, and we're like, I can't believe she said that. And she said,
That's crazy.
So, I mean, it's kind of a personal thing, but she said it. So everyone would say, well, she has the right to say it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't want to know it. Okay? And then one day, she had a dress on, and they were walking through the thing at a school, and she was bending over, and Hoda said to her, watch out. And there was a big to-do over there. Don't bend over.
Why, it went too short? It was just too...
Well, maybe because she didn't have underwear.
Oh, not too.
and Savannah and Hoda were on Facebook saying that she doesn't wear panties and that she borrows their clothing.
Oh my God.
And she does, and then she puts it back. So what I'm saying is,
that's great.
This poor guy is getting, not that he's a poor guy, but what I'm saying is, until we hear what this man thinks, let him say what he wants. It's his right to say. Yeah. And the other thing I want to say is, I don't care, Hoda, that you don't wear panties. I don't want to know.
No, Jenna.
I mean, Joda.
Jenna.
Yeah. Jenna. Hoda, was like stunned, I have to say. I like Hoda. She was stunned. I was stunned.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, that was kind of like...
Yeah, it's kind of personal. It's kind of... I think it's just not sanitary.
I know.
Like, it's just not sanitary. Like, it's not, like...
And then she said...
That part would bother me. I'd be like, I don't want my fabric, like,
I wouldn't want...
rubbing against me. I don't know. It's not sanitary.
What Savannah Guthrie said was that she wore her pants and put them back on the rack. I guess they have they have costume place with their clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying to myself, here's the pot calling the kettle black. Okay.
Yeah.
You're over there talking about what he's saying. But what you're saying to all the young kids and people that watch.
Right.
I don't know.
No, it's true. No, you're right. No, 100% right. I don't even think, like the whole thing with women wearing thongs, that's been a thing since I was young, too, that so many girls wear them. I don't think those are sanitary. Like, even if you're a super clean person, there's no way that could be that sanitary. Like, there's no way, it's going to get sweaty, it's going to get, I don't know, it's just gross.
Well, the new thing now is the thong bathing suit.
It's not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we were in Florida.
But have the right body if you're wearing that.
And
some
there
girls
were
don't. Some girls don't.
Many girls with thong bathing suits.
Yeah, but how do they look? Like, did they have the right body or not the right
Some
body?
did and some didn't. But the ironic part about the whole thing, now, you know how when you're on a beach chair, and some of the chairs have got when they got up to go in the water or whatever, their cheeks had like the strap lines, right? And I'm saying to myself, I wouldn't want that.
Some guys might think it's sexy though.
But
I know I wouldn't either, but someone might be like, oh, look, But no, I know.
But times are changing, I guess it's like, would you be comfortable on a nude beach? No, I wouldn't. Everybody's different.
I think you could have a really pretty nice looking body to go out there nude. Like you gotta be tan, you gotta be toned, no cellulite.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like you'd have to, and real boobs do sag.
Some people don't.
So it's like, how's that? I look at that as saggy. Like if you had fake ones, you might be able to do it.
And the same
but I
goes
don't know.
for a man. You have to have a really good shape to wear the Speedo.
Yeah.
If you put a Speedo on and you have a beer belly, it doesn't look so good. But
I never liked those on guys though. Because I feel like they're always like feminine to me.
Boxer shorts.
Yeah. Like I like a guyish guy, like a manly, like a guy who wears shorts and. Like I never got into because I think Speedo's feminine.
We were brought up Italian.
Yeah.
Because like that.
Yeah, I was just brought up around like the tough people, tough guys. Like so to me, a guy
they
who
wouldn't
is
dress
gross,
like that. They wouldn't dress like that. They would wear the chains, but they didn't dress like in the Speedos. You're right.
Yeah. So.
True.
But yeah, I definitely agree with him. So guys, drop a comment now or on a replay. I agree with this. He seems like he's young. Like I should have looked up how old he is. If anybody knows how old this Harrison guy is from the Kansas City Chiefs, just drop a comment. I mean, he can't be even 40. Like he's probably under 40. Like he just seems young. I give him credit for speaking so old school. I agree with most of what he said. The reason why I say most is because I did listen to it once through, but I wanted to really listen to it a second time through, and I didn't make the time. So I'm gonna call it most of it was fine. I thought that he did do a little dig at gay pride. I thought that was a little rude. Like he threw a little joke in about gay pride. He's like, that's not what I'm talking about. He's like, like he threw a little dig at them. I don't think it's bad to be gay, but I think it is bad if you're forcing that on kids and you're forcing transgender and getting operations to become a man or become a woman. All of that I don't agree with. But if you're just gay, like I don't care if you're gay. Well, like I don't care if you're a lesbian. I don't care about that. I mean, but don't force it on kids and don't
to each his own. And I think he should have just left that out.
About the gay pride.
Yeah, about all of that. But there were some people that are offended by that are offended by it. But it's a reality today. It is. It is. And we all have family members that are gay or, in a different...
Or friends.
Friends,
or
absolutely.
Co-workers.
And I don't know why he would bring that up. I mean, he was... I understand when he talked about what he wanted in a family life. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't see why he had to bring... The gay issue into it, why he had to do that.
So that I was like a little...
That was a little off.
Yeah.
And I do say, I think that it's admirable that his teammate there...
I didn't follow. They did agree with him though?
Well, yeah, they made statements for him of not agreeing with him, but defending the right for him to speak his piece.
Yeah.
They were defending the right for him to say what he felt. And I would not agree with everything he said, but I would defend his right to say it.
Yeah.
Because
I agree with most of what he said. Most of it I agree with.
And a lot of things is gone in the family tradition, as we were talking about before. And I don't know what, but I grew up in an Italian family. And my grandmother lived, and my aunt lived behind us. And in my house, my grandfather's mother lived with us. I mean, we were surrounded by family, cousins. And a Sunday dinner was like everyone, and holidays were like the whole family. It is not like that today.
Right.
I mean, my grandmother in her house, I'd go in her house, right? She had a cold storage room. She had sausage. And cheese, homemade everything, dough. My mother sent me over there with a basket. Go get some sausage at Grandma Nonny.
Yes, we say too.
Go to Nonny's and get some macaroni. She always had fresh homemade macaroni. I mean, who does that now? And the room was a spare room because we all lived in tenement houses. And it was ice cold in that room. She kept it cold because she wanted everything to stay fresh. Can't go get some. My grandmother preserved all the tomatoes. And who does that now? Everything was all
the tomatoes. I forgot that. Yeah, we did that too. I mean, my grandmother did it, but yeah.
Yeah, but who does that now? Now they cater everything.
Everything's catered nowadays, and it's no shade or no offense to any of the businesses. Because I feel like I'm always talking about different businesses and stuff because they do a great job cooking. A lot of them do, I should say. But yes, there's no offense to them, but it's true. Everything is catered, or everything's like box mix, and I'm guilty of it too, by the way. Yeah. Like, I used to cook more years ago than I do now.
Oh, me too.
I'm guilty of it too, with the way the world just turned.
40 years of doing holidays for everybody in the family, and then now my husband and I are alone, and well, what we do, we go out. I go out with my cousin and her husband. Nowadays they're alone, and we go out and we have a nice time, and we go to nice restaurants, other, So I mean, basically, I mean, but I'm saying the way we were brought up, the family life when you're younger is much different than it is now. I think COVID had a lot to do with the changing things too.
I think it did, but don't you feel like even before COVID, I still think the world was still, just relaxed about this, relaxed about that. It's okay to do this, and this is okay. Like anything goes. Like you identify as different things. Like it's all to me bullshit.
Well, I'll tell you one
it's like
thing.
even before COVID, even without COVID, you know.
I feel like anything goes, and I would feel like this about my children, that
So you got no kids, right?
I have no children.
No, me neither.
But I would not want anyone telling them
right.
what lifestyle they should have. And I certainly don't want them talking about all that in the school. Because when we went to school, and I went to Catholic school, and it was, the nuns were strict. I mean, you couldn't even talk in there. They hit you on the hand with the ruler.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like...
Oh, yeah. Imagine just talking and get in trouble for it. Nowadays, they can't even, this is why I got out of teaching, too. You can't even suspend kids. Oh, we can't do that. Like, you can't fail them in certain schools. You can't... Now, I'm not saying I want kids to fail, but if they earned a D or an F, then that's what they earned. You know, I mean, I heard a school where they're changing transcripts. I'm not going to even mention what school. Actually, I probably should mention it because it falls under the superintendent of Cranston, who I am still against and going to continue to be against her. I don't care who's bothered by it. Seems like only a few people are anyway. The majority of people stand with me on this. So it's under one of her schools that they're changing grades on transcripts. So the transcript looks more appealing to certain colleges. Like, that would never be allowed years ago.
Well, a lot of things
like,
they don't...
Are you kidding me?
You know, I was watching, I was on Facebook the other day. Disney is getting rid of the Tinkerbell character.
Yeah,
they said it's offensive to some people.
Why?
And I don't know.
Why
is Tinkerbell offensive to some people? Can someone tell me? Is because she's fairy? I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. They never quite really hit on the point why Tinkerbell is offensive. They've already got rid of a lot of things in Thunder Mountain because they didn't want people to be offended.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I watched Jerry Seinfeld interview last week, and you know what he said? Comedy is dead. You cannot get up there and do comedy because you will affect, you know how they used to talk, I mean, Eddie Murphy, Seinfeld, everybody. Like, he said you can't talk. I mean, what would they do if Don Rickles, remember Don Rickles? He made fun of everybody, and he didn't care, and he said it right up. I mean, what would they do if he was alive today? They would probably arrest him because he would say anything he wanted, but you can't.
I know.
You can't do that. You have to be politically correct because you offend people.
Yeah.
Now,
we were just saying that. It's funny you bring that up. We were just saying, you know John Prada? Oh, no. Yeah, because he does kind of do crowd work like that. And I even said it. I'm like, I enjoy what you do. I mean, you might offend people, you might not. And he tries to make it where he's not offending people. But I'm sure there's still a couple people who walk away offended. But then I look at it as, don't go to the show. Like, these people just don't have thick skin. Like the Tom Brady roast. I'm okay with that roast. I'm okay with it. Some people like, oh, it wasn't right. They're talking about his ex, and that's the mother of his kids. But you signed up for the roast.
I was okay with it. I thought it was a little. I thought parts of it. If they, he's like a sports hero. The only thing bad about that, if young kids were like teen, young fans watching. It was to the point where, I mean, some of the things that was said were a little extreme, but don't kid yourself. These kids hear it in school. It's not like it's like they're like the first time they ever heard it.
Yeah, it's entertainment. You tell yourself this is entertainment. It's okay.
And if you don't want your kid to watch it, then don't put the TV on and let them watch it, because it was on a paid channel.
Yes, it was. Right. So. Right. Hey, Alan. Hello, ladies. I believe at least 75% of our country is with you. I don't know, you think it is 75? I wish it was 75. I don't know if it is, though. The other 25% just, if it just screwed up and they are screwing this, sorry, the thing's in the way, screwing the Alan and screwing this world. Right, I know. The other 25% are just screwing everything up and go Donald Trump. I support Trump. Do you? I forget. You could tell me, I don't care.
Oh, what?
I support Trump.
I'm you know what?
I'm like, I support him.
I'm upset with the way things are, that no one can work together in Washington, and I'm speaking as a former. I mean, even
you're a Republican, I thought, right?
No, I'm not. I was a Democrat, and I basically.
Oh, forget it. You can't come on Tuesday with Tanya.
I basically.
I'm just busting.
No, I know. I was a state rep. I was a. Democrat. But
Democrats were different back then.
Back then we were different.
Not like they are today.
I was a Joe Garrity. Joe Garrity, Democrat. John Kennedy, Democrat.
Yeah.
What you say, and John Pastore, where we were brought up. I was brought up Catholic. I was brought up Roman Catholic. I was brought up making the commandments or whatever. Yeah. And we were. I'm pro-life, and a lot of my colleagues were not pro-life, and I was. And it was held against me, you know. And certain things are held against you when you're like that. And I did all the bills that would make against the law for people to prostitute women and human trafficking, and it wasn't a popular issue, and people don't like it. But you know what? You know what? Yeah. It's too bad.
No, I know, it's true. It's true.
And if you don't want to get in trouble, keep your hands in your pockets. That's all I can say.
Right.
You know,
right.
When people want to molest people and hurt young children, that really bothers me. Promote them into prostitution, traffic them. 15-year-old girls being trafficked here from New York. That's a bad thing. And anybody could be there. Children, their nieces, their nephews, could be anybody.
Right.
I mean, I don't think that these people, and I know this, that do this trafficking, they're not going after the older women. They're going after the young girls because that's what they want.
Right.
And they're thinking of making it, folks, they're thinking of making it legal. At the State House, they have bills in to make prostitution legal, to criminalize it. Oh, yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. No,
I don't read up on it enough to know.
Yeah, so call your legislators, and if you don't believe that they should have these brothels opening up and all these things and traffic these young girls working in strip clubs and everything, it could be your family member.
I know.
And you know, it's sad.
No, it is.
It's sad, but it's just too liberal a world. You're right, anything goes.
Yeah, I feel like everything's just, I mean, at least nowadays. I mean, do you support Biden?
I think the president is too old to run. You want the truth? I think he looks feeble looking. I think he looks like
he's not qualified.
Anybody that doesn't say that he has some kind of form of something, you know.
But do you support his policies?
Not all of them, no. I don't support all his policies.
He just, to me,
I know that
he doesn't have strength.
I'm upset when I see, you know, I see all the homeless in this country, in this state, and it's going on and on. It's been going on for years.
I know, really. Yeah.
And they're worried about taking care of everybody else, but not of our own. It bothers me. And no one wants, you know, if you say something, you're a bad person, but you can go, I mean, look at in Boston, you go to Logan Airport, all the migrants are laying all over the ground and everything on the floor, I mean, in the airport, because they have nowhere to go.
He falls, you know, I'm sorry, Joe Marasco wrote something to Joe, I'm sorry, your comment jumped. So I missed what Joe wrote. Alan, by the way, I just wanted to say, he's kind of confusing. I know Alan. I've gotten to know him for a couple months now. He kind of confuses our viewers sometimes. Right?
What's he saying?
Just in general, like he's getting the viewers confused. But that's okay because we just have fun, you know. We're just confusing viewers. You know, like we're going in furniture stores. Like, you know, trust me, there's more going on with Alan. I don't know about that furniture store. Is that a front? Is that a mob front? It's another story. I don't want to even give. I don't want to give him a shout out.
It's
an inside joke.
You know, I feel
it's an inside joke. But no, it's true. But no, Alan made a good point that he's, you know, we thank you, Alan. We send billions to other countries, and he doesn't even know where he is. Biden. He goes like this to go shake someone's hand, and no one's there. Like he's just like delusional. You should be able to smoke weed while waiting for your turn to look.
I almost
Joe M.
I almost think that.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Joe.
They're gonna wait until the convention and pull something where they switch him.
Meaning what? Switch out Biden and put Kamala in.
I don't know who they're gonna put in. I have no idea. I mean, I don't. But I mean. I think that people, I think this country of people are very upset because polls show that the trend is changing where people are fed up.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like it. They don't like it, you know.
I think people don't support either person. They don't support any of the candidates for president.
Everybody's in the middle, you know.
They don't support either one. Well, actually, getting back to and guys, thanks again for tuning in. We're at Besos in East Greenwich here with Joanne Giannini, and drop a comment on Harrison's speech, Kansas City Chiefs player there. Please drop a comment if you agree with the speech, if you disagree with it. Explain what you do agree with or don't, whether it's now or on a replay.
Did he apologize? You know? Did
I think he didn't, but he shouldn't. I mean, to me, it's his opinion. Like, I wouldn't apologize.
Yeah, I didn't know if he did or not. I mean, he got such
He got a mix of feedback. I think people against him, people were for him. He did throw a dig at Biden, saying something that he made the sign of a cross, or he did something during an abortion rally or something. I don't remember exactly the way he said it, but like now, I was happy he said that about Biden. But someone who likes Biden is going to get upset about that. So I don't think he did apologize, but I just also want to add, and maybe the ladies, or I mean, even some of the husbands can maybe chime in. Maybe it's not just about the ladies. I think it's okay to be a housewife.
I do too.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Like kids need their mother, they need a parent. It's nice to raise your own children, and it's no offense to people who didn't raise their kids. It's no offense, you know.
Housewife and a mother is more work than having a job. And a lot of people will tell you that. And another thing, being a caretaker of a person who's sick.
Right.
And if you don't work and you have an elderly parent and you have children and you're the one that has to be a caretaker,
that's a lot.
It's the hardest job of your life. So, I mean, some people go to work to escape it. Right.
I
mean,
exactly.
be honest, but
no,
I don't think that, as I said, I don't think that anyone, we have a right to judge what he believes, what he gets to believe. Yeah. And years ago, mothers would work mothers' hours, 10 to 2.
Right.
The economy,
while the kids are in school,
But it's different now because everything is so expensive. I mean, look at now in the last 2 years, how much everything is going up.
Right.
I mean,
but it wasn't like that when Trump was here.
A lot of people say that.
I mean, even just gas prices alone. Like, I mean, I know he might have inappropriate comments sometimes, and he might hurt people's feelings, Trump. I'm not saying he's perfect. He's not. But people's stock portfolios were worth more. You know what I mean? Your gas prices were lower. And he has strength. Like, he's not afraid. Like, he's not fearful. Like, Biden to me is just some old man.
I think that, I mean, I met Joe Biden personally years ago through Patrick Kennedy, and I was at an event and he gave a speech. He was sharp on top of his game.
But he was younger.
But he was like 40 years younger. But now we're talking to a place, well, maybe 30 years younger, but now we're talking to a place where everyone reaches that age where he's been in politics for a long time.
Yeah.
And now it's time to go.
Right.
It's time to go. And isn't it better to go on top of your game than to run another session?
Right.
Another, for another 4 years. And I think parts of me actually feel sorry when I see them directing him and his wife running up on the stage and I mean, come on. I just don't understand, it's abusive to some ways to push him up there. Although, I don't know what they gave him for the State of the Union speech because he was full of pepper. He was talking and everything. It was like a different person. But basically, I can tell you, I was just a local politician. I was a state representative. It's a 24/7 job, and it's exhausting. I did it 16 years. And you're always campaigning, and you're always meeting people, and you're out in the public eye. And you get home late at night, and then on the weekend you got events to go to. It's just a lot. And he's 80?
I lost track.
84? I believe he's 84, and it's time to go. It's time to go.
Ben time. Ben time. I was just going to circle back to the... unless you want to know something or not.
Did anybody comment on
Yeah, I'm just getting compliments on my looks. Thank you. Maybe they'll think that at the furniture store too. Thank you. What's it called? Yeah, I think it's okay for a woman to be a housewife. I think it's okay for a woman to also be in business. It would be great if you could do both. And do part-time raising kids, part-time business, or go full-time and be that businesswoman once your kids are, once your kids are a little older. You know what I mean? Once they're in school or once they're in high school or whatever. I'm okay with like both. I mean, I was with my friend one night. We went out to eat, and the parking lot's like absolutely full. The parking lot's so full, and I'm like, I don't think we could even stay here. We can't even get a spot right where we were going. She's like, does anyone like cook anymore? And it's true. Like, it's like no one like we're always, I'm guilty of it too. Like, we're always in restaurants. Like, it's just, isn't it nice to come home? I think just, many moms will agree with me. Being a mom is important. I think it's the number one thing aside from work. It's more important than work and any promotion or anything you're going to get at work. I'm sorry. And I think a lot of moms would agree with me on that. And it's great to have a home cooked meal. Like, who wouldn't want to go home right now to a home cooked meal? Like, who would really say no to that? I know it's became an unheard of thing in some houses,
we went out
but
with
you know what I'm saying?
Recently, and they were saying, the husband said, nothing is good as a home cooked meal, and he's right. And my husband will say that too. He says that too all the time.
Yeah.
And most men feel that way, I think.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need a break to go out. Sometimes we just want to go out and just like a place like, come to a place like this.
Yeah,
hear the music, and have a drink in a pretty glass, and relax and dress up and feel good about myself.
Like, I love going out. I don't mean like, but I mean, it would be nice, like, even if I could like cook more myself. Like, I mean, I do, but it's like the minimal. It's like I wish I made more of the time for it and more.
I'll tell you what,
it's crazy.
It's getting it can be cheaper to eat out.
Depending.
Than going to the market.
I know.
And buying the food.
I know. I've thought of that
with
too.
the prices the way they are.
It's true. Or it could be about equal. What's it called? About a break.
If you're going to go to the market and buy all the ingredients.
Right. If you don't already have them in the house.
Right. And to make something. And then you realize, okay, I never get out of the market without spending at least $100.
Yeah. Even buying stuff on sale. Like, it's crazy. But I was also going to mention too, just COVID or not, getting back to that guy's speech, he did say leaders should have been more honest in general. They should be speaking up more, whether this is in the church, whether this is politically. But everyone's afraid. Like, you can't go against this whole new society, whatever. Because then you're going to lose funding. Then you're going to, do you know what I'm saying?
What did you think they should have been more honest about? The mask or?
Oh, just in general, like COVID or not. Like, we need more honest leaders and leaders who are going to get us somewhere. And not leaders who are going to be afraid and be like, okay, I'm just going to go along with this because this is what everyone's saying in the news, or this is, you know what I mean? Like, just to not ruffle feathers because people who just don't speak up or just who are not honest. Like, he's like, stay in your own lane. But he's right. Like, you should, if you believe, like, that the let's say the vaccine wasn't the right thing to do, just stay in your lane with that. You know
did
what
you
I mean?
Get the vaccine?
I did get it, but then I stopped getting it after the whatever you call them.
I got it with the boosters.
The boosters and all that, because then I started to do more and more research, and I'm like, I didn't know what to do and what to believe anymore. You know what I mean? I did get some, and then I quit, and I just feel like and then even the things to do with, I'm not saying COVID's not real. I know it is, but there's people who died of cancer or of other things, but they had COVID too, and they're putting on a death certificate COVID just to get the federal money.
I believe that, but when people were sick with the COVID in the nursing homes and the elderly took the blunt of the disease, and many people died without being near their loved ones.
And that was wrong.
To me, was an atrocity.
That's what he said too, by the way. This young kid, this Harrison guy, he said that. He's like, why do they have to die alone?
Why do they have to die alone?
You couldn't get a priest in there to do like the priest to do the blessing.
Some priests did go in.
But they weren't supposed to.
But they did. Yeah, and the other thing is, I never mind wearing a mask because I had two sisters that died of blood cancers, and their immune systems were very low, so we had to wear masks around them because they were in and out of the hospital. And so for me, a mask was not a burden. And I don't think a mask is a burden on anyone. And people criticize me for saying that. But when you have a family members who are terminally ill, and you got used to wearing them, and I took my sister for chemo, and she wore a mask, I wore a mask. I mean, if I got a little sniffle, I was like, oh my God, I can't get sick. I don't want my sister, because she's got immunity problems and she'll die. I mean, it's a burden.
Right.
So wearing a mask was not a big thing for me. Okay? A lot of people were bothered by it and they didn't want their children to wear it. But I do believe that the masks do help. And I mean, I was on the airplane recently, and everybody on the plane was coughing and hacking. I always have one in my purse. I put my mask on. You know what? I might even have one now.
I always keep one on me. Just in
I put
case.
it on,
Just in case.
and I don't care if people are offended by it, because I'll do what I want to do. And if people have a mask on and they're sick or whatever, they have a mask on for a reason. So not everybody that has a mask on is just putting a mask on. Some of them really need it. And it offends me when people get mad if you have a mask on. The unit's like reverse.
No, it's true.
It's crazy. But
it's skipped. I'm sorry, Alan. Your comment there skipped. I got the last one. Mask. He's saying a mask doesn't work. So there is that theory. I have heard of that, where a mask isn't always going to be necessarily protection. And also, it was said on there that vaccines are not always a protection. There's still people who got COVID.
If masks didn't work, why do the surgeons wear them in the operating room? And they when they come in. And the doctors, they've been wearing them for centuries. I mean, they have to have some protection. Maybe they not a lot, but they have not 100%. Nothing's 100% in life. Even the flu shot. I know people that got the flu shot. And got really bad flu. So I mean, nothing's 100%. I know people that were on the birth control pills and got pregnant. I mean,
but some of those girls skip pills just to get pregnant.
But seriously,
I don't mean to laugh,
meet somebody that.
But no, I heard those stories. But sometimes, and not to go against what you're saying, but that's also true because nothing is 100%. But it interfere with another drug they were taking.
Even condoms aren't 100%.
Right.
I mean, nothing in life is 100%. I mean, they may say it is, but.
N95 mask would be the appropriate mask.
The N95.
Thank you, Alan. But I don't think this Harrison guy should be fired, should be canceled.
I don't think they're going to do anything to him.
But they shouldn't. But people are probably, shooting for that. And I feel like, what about the people that talk about gender and this and that? And they have drag queens reading to kids, and they're encouraging kids to be transgender and to identify. Shouldn't those people be canceled? Why are they not canceled? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, our world has become so left. It's like, wait, this guy who's speaking honest and speaking old school could get canceled. But to me, I'd rather cancel someone who's pushing things on kids. It's just nuts. It's just a crazy.
It's a weird thing. I just was talking to a woman. She had 2 small children, and we were talking, and she said to me that I was telling her that. 6 months ago, I was in Disney World and how crowded it was and everything. She said, I don't go to Disney anymore. I said, well, why not? She said, because they're not going to tell my children what to do. And she said that they took a stand on transgender issues and everything. And that crazy. Now that they changed the thing, and she said, like, they were talking. Instead of he or she, them. So she said, I won't go there. She said, and I don't want to hear it. And so there are people that really feel like that, and there are people that just don't care. And when I was in Disney World several months ago, I was so shocked at the way it changed. There was you have to make a reservation to get into the park at the time. I think they changed it. So you had to make a reservation on your phone to get into a ride. You could only do 3 rides a day, and they had to be 2.5 hours apart. And I said, this is unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Now, I saw so many seniors there, and it was warm, and they were in line, and the lines were so long, and I'm saying, oh wow, this is like, I don't know. And I didn't go on any rides, you know. I mean, I didn't. That line was the lines. The fast pass isn't like the fast pass anymore. You have to have a reservation.
Right. That's crazy. Though.
And if you don't know how to use this thing,
I hate apps, and I don't even sign up for them.
If you don't know how to use this thing and go, and the young
kids can do it.
Young kids.
I know, I'm all
starting. I have a 2-year-old nephew. He FaceTimes me.
Yeah, cute.
He's my little sweetheart.
Yeah.
You know.
How cute.
And he FaceTimes me, and he comes on the phone. Right. His name is Wes, and he comes on. He goes, Auntie, and I'm like. He FaceTimed me. He goes, Dad, I got your phone, took the father's phone and FaceTimed.
Imagine. At 2
hot
years old.
ticket.
2 years old. Imagine. Wow.
They learn quick. They watch everything that we do. Don't you think they watch those out there? Don't you think the kids watch everything we do? They do.
I know they're cute.
They learn from their parents.
Yeah, they do. Or their older siblings, or what they see on YouTube or on TV, or you know. No, definitely. One last thing I was going to make a point about this. Before we move on to J-Lo, I want to talk about her. One last thing is he just kind of mentioned, too, one more thing that I mentioned in his speech was something to the effect of, you know, some of you are going to leave college and you're going to go live with your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And he didn't really say if that was okay or not okay, but I want to say he thought it wasn't okay. What's your take on that before I tell you my take on that? In general, when these kids, I call them kids because they're in their 20s, I know you're an adult, like I get it, but like what do you think of people just moving in and shacking up with people like at 20 years old, 25 years old, they're not married?
They all live together today.
What do you think of that?
They live together before they get married, and that's the thing. And maybe there'll be a lot less divorces because they wouldn't live with each other before because at one time the divorce rate was so high, and now today is different. Everybody lives together before they get married. And not many people are getting married in church. I mean, they get a marriage certificate on the internet. Right.
I know.
Now, my mother, if I ever said I wasn't going to get married in church,
I don't forget it.
Forget it. You know,
they always say the marriage has to be blessed in church.
Well, in the Catholic faith, you had to have all those commandments. And when you had a child, they wouldn't baptize the child. Right. I don't know what else has changed.
No, it's true.
But it's so different.
It's true. But are you for that? Are you against
that? For the, I don't. You know what? I don't mind if they live together. That I look at it this way. I mean, whether they do it in the same house or they do it when they go out somewhere. I mean,
it's not just for sex reasons. It's even just I don't know. I just feel like
you feel like it's. I didn't. But I got married. I'm married 44 years, and
so you didn't live together first.
No, are you kidding? My mother and father.
Yeah. No,
you know what? No, I didn't.
We weren't even allowed to even do sleepovers with a guy. Like we weren't even allowed
You never did that.
Like I was in my 20s, like I wasn't allowed to even go sleep at someone's house, or I especially have them sleep at.
You know what my
parents'
mother would say: if you're going to set up house, you're going to get married. That's what my mother used to say.
Yeah.
But the generations have changed. That's 40 years ago. It's 4 decades ago. Things are different now.
Right, and I'm willing to. Expand into that and realize, okay, like I get it, the world's different. Like I'm not saying I'm against people who shack up together. It's not that I'm against them, but I also look at it as how come. I also think, obviously, I answer my own question. I look at my parents, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, who have been married for years, and they didn't live together first, but they've still been married over 40 years. You know what I mean?
I know.
And then you look at that. They didn't need that trial run of, hey, can I live with this person? Can't you see if you can live with them through a sleepover? Like just by having regular sleepovers, let's say even twice a week or whatever.
I don't think it's that though. I think they just don't. They just don't want to get married right away. And I will say this.
But you're acting married. You're acting married though.
I always felt that if someone wanted to live with me, they should marry me.
That too. Yeah. That's how I look at it.
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was the thing.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I feel bad saying that because there's probably people watching who maybe have kids or grandkids who are living together. They're like 20 years old, 25 years old. They're living together with their partner. I'm not saying that's bad. It's different now. So I'm not saying it's bad, but here's what I think is bad. When you're doing that and then you break up. And then you start dating someone new. And then you go live with him. And then you break up. And then you start dating someone new again. And then you go live with them. So it's like, whether I'm talking boy or girl, it doesn't matter. Like, when you have lived with like 5 different people and then finally you got married, like that I think is, to me, I just think that's wrong. I also think it's wrong for like a single parent to just be taking different partners in the house all the time.
Oh yeah, from your children?
I don't like that. Like if I had kids, which I don't, I'm not letting my kids meet the guy until I know for sure and he's not sleeping over. Like, you're not allowed to sleep here in front of my kids. In front of my kids.
No,
I'm not setting an example.
That I would not.
But people do it like it's nothing. Like they introduce a new guy, a new girl, and then a sleepover happens, and this and that, and it's like your kids in the other room.
Children, as I said
everyone's
before,
different. I shouldn't judge.
Children learn from their parents, and what you do, they will do.
Yeah, and I shouldn't judge. I mean, I shouldn't I shouldn't judge people because it doesn't mean those people are bad. And hey, maybe you might end up with that person and marry that person. So your kids did see that, but you ended up marrying to them anyway.
But maybe not.
But maybe not. And then you're going through like 10 different people, But yeah, speaking of that, let's get to J-Lo. So anybody want to drop a comment about Harrison's speech, feel free. Or about J-Lo. What's going on with J-Lo? So you made me laugh. I'm just thinking of what you said before we went live.
Reading on the internet that she's getting, that her and Ben splits them. So I said, did she leave? Is it fake news? You don't know, when you read things today, if it's fake news or not. But she went to the Met Gala by herself, which was totally irregular, for her.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I mean, the woman's gorgeous.
Yeah,
she's beautiful, the body,
Yes, she's one of my favorites. Like, I love her.
I mean, she's, absolutely beautiful. Very talented and everything, but
right.
But when it comes to men, she likes a variety. She just keeps switching.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. They're just the wrong people she's picking, or you know what I'm saying? Or they just don't work out.
Some people just can't stay with people too long. They just move on and they just go with other people. They just can't be in a long-range relationship, And that's it,
Or have they done her wrong? Or did she do them wrong? Or
I don't know. I have to say, though, I watched that whole Ben Affleck's former wife, Jennifer Warren. I watched that whole Alias. Jennifer Gardner, I mean.
Yeah. I'm
Alias series. Oh, my God. Alias is the name of it. And she was so good in it. But she does commercials and everything now. She's a beautiful woman. They raise their kids amicably together, which I think is a good thing. Because I know people that but there's a point when she should be able to do that, where J-Lo shouldn't interfere, and there's a point where Jennifer Gardner shouldn't interfere in their marriage too. There's got to be draw a line. There's got to be some respect there, where And who knows, I mean, it's got to be hard. It's going to be a little...
I know, you're always in the spotlight. And you're always in the spotlight.
It's going to be hard, too, that if the tabloids had pictures of him, with his arm around his ex-wife, I mean, it's got to be hard for J-Lo.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's kind of strange, a little bit strange, Ben Affleck. I mean...
He never did anything for me. I don't even see them two together. I never did. For some reason, I never did see them together.
They had that commercial, and it was so funny because J-Lo said to Tom Brady at the end of the commercial, the Super Bowl commercial, Tom, you can stay. And I agree with you, J-Lo. Tom, you can't stay. And you want to talk about a handsome guy. I mean,
you like Tom Brady, though?
Yeah, I do. I do. I mean, although the night of the roast, when he was talking vulgar like that, I
didn't watch the whole thing.
I said, "Oh, Tom, don't do that. Don't destroy that image in my head that I and other people had of you." But
he's too young for me. He's too.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. He just seems young. He's just. He never did it.
He's that young. He's 46 years old.
I know, but he just reminds me of like someone younger. Like he just, and I'm not attracted to young.
But
so
I go back and I'm looking at the actors like look at Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford. I mean, they're all over 80 now.
Right.
You realize we grew up watching them, and they were like so handsome.
I like Richard Gere.
I met Richard.
I like him. You did? Oh my God, I love him.
I have a picture with him.
I love Pretty Woman. I love that movie.
I told him. Yeah.
In person?
Yeah, I have a picture with him.
Get out. So he was actually handsome, well, more handsome back then. Because he did age.
I met him in 2009.
He was younger. He was younger.
Way here, at the State House. And I do have a picture of him, and it's my cell phone. It took me time to go looking forward to 15,000 pictures. But he was, he's so nice.
Yeah.
See, he's one of the people that I would say one of the nicest people, celebrity I've ever met, because he's just a nice guy. But some of the actors and people are rude.
Right. Oh yeah. Or like stuck up, or
And I don't like Alec Baldwin at all. I mean, I see him on TV hitting the cameraman and yelling at people and swearing at me.
No, I shouldn't even laugh, but no, I know.
But it's the truth. I mean, how could anyone
do that? Yeah.
But how could anyone like someone like that? That means people.
Right. But none of them really faze me because they're all like a little, I don't know, like pretty boyish. I just like a tough guy, or you know what I mean, like just a bigger guy.
You like a Sylvester Stallone?
No, like he's okay, but like even a, you know what I'm saying, like a guy who's just, I don't know, manly and tough and not so into it. Not so into his looks.
Now. Like look at Brad Pitt. I mean, people go gaga. When I was a student, a woman called me up. Brad Pitt was filming the movie here in Rhode Island. So this lady called me up. She goes, "My daughter's in love with Brad Pitt. Can you get her a pass to go on the movie set?" Yeah, like her and 50,000 other women in Rhode Island, that young girls that wanted to go meet him, and I said I can't. I said that it's very strict. It was at the.
I remember he was somewhere because he ate a Capriccio's. I heard.
Yeah, no,
I think it was
in Rhode Island filming the movie Joe Black, and they filmed it at that mansion in Warwick.
Okay.
And so I said. I looked at him and he was like a skinny, wanty thing. I didn't think he
Who was Brad Pitt?
Yeah, I didn't think he was.
Oh, he's never my favorite either.
I didn't think much about him. You know. And I'm trying to think, like, let's think, who would you say now? They don't have the caliber actors that they had when we were younger.
I know they don't.
No,
I feel like there's not, like, what movie lately, and guys, drop a comment, like, what movie has blown me away recently? Like, there's some 80s movies that are just, like, the best movies.
The best. You could watch.
Yeah, watch them over and over. 90s movies. Like, what's good nowadays for movies?
You could watch Jaws 100 times and not get bored because, just the music.
Yeah,
you could watch.
What's going on today? Like,
different movies that over and over again. Yeah. Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I
watched
Pretty
1,000 times.
Yeah, I love Pretty Woman.
And every time I watch it, I tell my husband because I have his picture with. I said, I met him.
I know. See, you could have went with him maybe.
I can't believe. I can look back now and I can't. There aren't many. Yeah. What movies are out there now? I don't watch the award show anymore because they become too much about trashing people. They get up there and they're political. And I just want to see them get. I just used to want to see who won, and I wanted to see the clothes they wore. I don't want to hear who they like.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
So they would get up there and they say, I don't watch it anymore. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't go to the show anymore.
Me neither, because there's not. And if I do, it's like the minimal. And I can't say a movie's really blown me away in the past whatever many years it's been. I lost track of how many years. Like I love going to the movies. I love a nice comedy movie, but there's nothing. Like remember the movie? So Beetlejuice Part 2 is coming out.
That could be good.
I love Beetlejuice.
I love Batman. I love Michael. What's his name? Michael Keaton. Oh my God, I like him. He's good. He's good. And you know what? He was in that really movie with Henry Winkler. Oh, what was the name? Night Shift. That was really good. I mean, they were so funny. But I like Michael Keaton. I liked Bruce Willis, and I feel badly that he's sick now. But Bruce Willis, Die Hard. I mean, he gave us some really good movies.
I like Jim Carrey because I
don't like
comedy.
emotions.
I love Jim Carrey. It's just because I'm like a goofball like that. Like I love funny movies. But that's what I mean. Some of these movies are not even funny anymore.
But the all-time favorite Christmas movie, Chevy Chase, Christmas Vacation.
Oh yes.
Never will be better than that.
I know. I forgot about them.
Best comedian family movie, John Candy.
Yes. I forgot about him too.
Always used to he was in so many movies and always had a big heart, and he always made me want to cry because
he's awesome. Rodney Dangerfield, like these are all like classic. Like who are those people today? I feel like we have a bunch of kids today. Like everyone's just young and seems younger than their age.
Everyone's hip hop and they're doing that ba-boom, ba-boom. It's so different. It's so different.
But they're not talented. Like even J-Lo, as much as I love J-Lo, I don't think she's a great actress. Like I like her as a singer, as a dancer. Dancer, forget it. Like she's like puts on the best show. At the Super Bowl, I don't care if she was on a stripper pole. Like I don't care. She wasn't stripping. She was just doing some moves. Like she looked awesome in that Super Bowl halftime show. She can move. I mean, she did a wonderful job. But as an actress, it always comes out like her personality comes out in the character. So I feel like every J-Lo movie I watch, as much as I love her,
it's the same.
It's always like J-Lo, like Girl Next Door. It's like, no, get in character. Like, see, to me, I wouldn't hire someone like her. But like what you said before, you're like, yeah, did she throw him out? Did she throw out Ben? I'm like, I know.
Well, it would be the first time because, I mean, she was married to Mark Anthony.
I didn't like any of her guys.
They didn't.
None of them seemed to go with her. I mean, what do you think? I don't like any of them.
I actually thought, Ben was madly in love with her,
But they don't seem like a match for some reason. They never did to me. Maybe to each other they are, so I shouldn't talk. But
I can't even think of two. Look at Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I mean, Brad Pitt left Jennifer.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like something. Right?
She's a good actress.
First they said no, nothing's going on. Come on, it was going on. He ended up leaving his wife.
Right.
And then he had how many kids? A lot of kids with Angelina Jolie.
No,
now she hates
adopted.
his guts.
They were adopted.
Not all of them. He had twins. You know what?
Right.
Now she said he's a terrible father, and she wants full custody and all these things. I don't know if it's tabloids say, but they are separate and apart.
Yeah.
But you look at these Hollywood couples. They used to live in like that. They just pick up and leave. There's no
right. Well, I pick up and leave sometimes.
But they have.
But that's if I've been done wrong, and I can't get something out of my head. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to forgive this.
She's got She's got 4.
I know.
She said I don't know. He abused. She made it sound like he abused the children, like hit them or something. I don't know. I mean, he's been around forever. He's been Brad Pitt's been around forever. I don't know. I wouldn't look at him. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. I think I watched him in The Great Gatsby and in Titanic, but he's not to me like when we're talking about a great leading man.
Yeah.
It's hard to think of any.
Yeah, like now.
If somebody knows, write it up there.
I know, write a comment. Who's your favorite current, like a current day, let's say someone who's younger, actress or actor or actress, whoever. Like I just feel like these older time people are just the better ones. And then also I was going to mention about the whole Ben Affleck thing. So now they're trying to promote her new movie, Atlas or whatever it is, meaning J-Lo's new movie. And then they're asking questions about the movie, and then one reporter says, J-Lo, tell us about you and Ben. What's going on? Are you guys really getting divorced? And one of the reporters asked her that. How do you think she should answer that?
Oh, she should say it's none of your business, because you know what? They're gonna write what they want to write anyway.
Yeah.
So just don't comment on it. Actually, I mean, they basically don't comment anyway, and if they do, they don't tell the truth. So You really don't ever learn the truth. In the beginning, I know. When Angelina Jolie, they said that was not true.
I know, right.
Remember that?
Right.
And Jennifer Aniston went on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Yeah. And she said that they were seeing each other. And she went on the set. Yeah. And when she went on the set, they were making that movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I remember that movie.
And he was mesmerized by
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, and Angelina Jolie was so rude to her. She knew something was going on. I mean, they're regular people. They put their clothes on just like we do. They're no better than us. Right. And the thing is, they're in some cases they may be worse off. Some of them are on, such ego trips.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's true.
You do that. They all have nannies and people who keep them in shape. And, let's face it. I mean, they don't cook for themselves. Somebody become the nutritionist. You know, it's such a different life.
Does what?
Right?
No, someone just added noting that by it. Does what, Alan? But no, I feel like, and I know you're saying she should have said it's none of your business, but I feel like you're making millions. Like, you can't just answer the question. Like, someone's asking you about your divorce. Or at least say, hey, and all of a sudden her co-star, some guy next to her, like, goes so offended. I feel like saying, are you sleeping with her? Why are you getting so offended? That's someone's asking.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, he got, like, so the guy, what's going on with you and Ben Affleck? You're getting divorced? And this Asian guy next to her, like, freaks out, gets all offended. The woman doing the interview gets like, no, next question, this and that. Like, why is everyone so offended by, like, everything nowadays? Like, and even J-Lo herself was like, oh, come on, like, you know better. As if to say you knew better than to ask me that. But, like, J-Lo, and as much as I love her, why don't you just answer, you know what, I love Ben. Like, I really love him, and, there's some things going on, but I'm not going to get into it now. Why not just, like, say something like that? I'll say, hey, I love him, but, I don't want to discuss that. Like, say something. Like, don't get... Like, I can tell by J-Lo's body language, she was offended. Yeah, she was basically offended. But I feel like you're making millions. What do you care what people say? Like, what do you, like... It's like... And why would you get offended? That Asian dude got so offended. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, would you have a thing for her? Like, why are you getting so offended? Like, are you the reason they're going to be getting divorced?
So.
It's like,
Maybe people are protective. They were protective of her. But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, what happens. I never thought they went together or anything. I don't think so. Even if she laughed off the question and just laughed, and was like, and just laughed it off and just like, I don't know. But I know what you're saying. It is no one's business, but that's like, so speaking of the celebrities, like you're saying, they have their own cooks, this and that. Like, what do you think of the Kardashians?
I don't watch that show. You know what?
I don't either, but I'm saying... Which one?
She was on...
Which she?
Kim.
Which one?
Was in the Tom Brady roast.
Yes. They booed her. They booed her.
And they said the comedian said some terrible things about her that... At that point, I actually felt sorry for her, but she sets herself up for it. He said he made a remark that she goes from man to man. I mean, and then...
I watched the whole thing.
I don't even know where she would be at her most because I wouldn't even know, but then she made a comment that she's not going to say about her and Tom Brady if they were a couple.
If they dated together.
Well, who cares? But who cares, Kim? Who cares? But here's the point.
She likes black guys anyway, so
he's not the point is the sad part. That's what that guy said. He said she's been with more black men. He made some comment like that. And so, she was really uncomfortable. She looked like really uncomfortable. And then I felt kind of sorry for her that she said that. But they bring it on themselves. I don't watch the show. I don't care for the whole thing, the whole family setup. It's and
I just don't watch it.
I don't
follow it.
I just wonder who takes care of these women's children. Right. Because they're never home. They're all over the world.
Right.
Not country, world.
Right.
And they have to keep having children.
Right.
But
Right. No, it's true. It's definitely true. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I think they're beautiful, the Kardashians. I'm not saying they're not, like they are. But they really have to thank their mom. Their mother was the savvy businesswoman behind their success. 100%. Kris Jenner. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know if you follow them to know that. But she's the reason that they even got in the spotlight, that they got promoted. She maneuvered them
And the father left them. The father left them the money. And
probably
he died of cancer, but he was OJ's one of his attorneys. But he was a good criminal lawyer. He was not. He was not a poor man by any means. He was well to do. Yeah. But you're talking about people that never. Yes, maybe Kris Jenner was a businesswoman, but the girls have never worked a day in their life. I mean, the whole thing was a TV thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's I to each his own, but I don't watch it. I don't care. I don't like reality TV.
No, me neither. Because I feel like a lot of it's like scripted anyway. So
I don't like The Bachelorette and all that.
Yeah, it's all scripted. It's scripted. It's not.
Or The Bachelor.
Yeah.
All those programs. And I don't watch it. I miss comedy on sitcom.
I
miss Andy Griffith show.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch. I used to love the Brady Bunch.
I just miss all we watched them on the old reruns.
Right.
Who doesn't watch Lucille Ball? It's still on TV.
Yeah, she's another classic. Yeah, but getting back to even the Kardashians, like even that the father there who did represent OJ, he did say with Barbara Walters. He admitted it. He basically said, I had doubts. She got him to say it on camera. She's she asked him twice. And he's like, yeah, as if to say, I was uncomfortable. Almost like he knew that OJ was guilty but couldn't do anything about it. Because he was there to defend him. And it worked, obviously.
And now he's
crazy.
Dead.
It's crazy. He was not a bad-looking guy. I thought he was nice looking, the Kardashian father. He wasn't bad looking.
No.
For a skinny guy, he wasn't bad looking.
We're getting in, we talk about that, and then whoever thought we'd see Bruce Jenner go from a weed box
that's a whole other thing.
to Caitlyn Jenner.
And how did she not know that? She's so savvy. She's so on top of everything, Kris Jenner. She probably knew, but probably
they knew. I think
knew.
The kids said they saw him dressing up in her clothes for years.
Yeah, they knew something, but she probably just stuck with it, maybe just for the sake of the kids or for money reasons.
He had to have a lot of money.
For money reasons.
He had money.
Yeah, but she was the push.
I will say, I watched Caitlyn Jenner, on TV talk, and parts of that she talks, and I will say she, and sometimes she talks, and she can be very old-fashioned when she talks.
Which is weird. Which is weird.
Right?
It's true, but it's weird. It is weird.
It's a different world. To each his own.
Right. I know, it's crazy. And thanks guys for tuning in. We'll wrap up soon. I'm at the end of my thing over.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We salute you, and we hope you had a great Memorial Day. Yeah. And I told Tanya, maybe we'll do this more often.
No, we should. We want our own TV program.
Yeah,
a radio show.
Podcast. Anyone want to help us out? Because I think we do good. We talk about state current issues and everything.
Yeah, and we just tell it like it is. And what I was gonna say about the Kardashians too was, I do find all of them attractive. I'm not saying they're ugly women. They're not. They are a bit much though, and this goes for local women too. I'm not into the whole Botox scene. But I don't think it's the worst thing if you get a tiny injection in your face and you're older and you get a little bit. I think that's one thing. But when you're getting puffed up, huge lips, that's a bit much. A little bit I'm okay with, where you almost can't even tell. But this whole is ridiculous. And that the Kardashians sometimes are phony looking, depending on the photo I see them in. But did you see her, speaking of Met Gala, with her?
She had a corset so tight that they were worried she was going to get hurt.
How did they squeeze her in that? To me, it almost, and I'm not saying it out of jealousy. I'm not jealous of her.
Didn't she reduce her backside?
No, but her stomach was so pulled in.
I know.
I don't know if she had 3 corsets on or what. She had to learn how to breathe in order to wear it. But to me, I don't know, where do you draw the line?
She just wants attention, and that's what happened.
It looks like, what's the word? Dangerous almost. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous.
No, you don't have to be dangerous.
I'm not.
We're just saying the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of risky, but as I said, it's attention getter, and that's what they want. When they go to that Met Gala, it's an attention getter.
Yeah, I guess it works.
Some of the outfits are hideous. I mean, they look like Halloween. And some of them are very beautiful.
That's right. Some are really
Sarah
pretty.
Jessica Parker was dressed absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
She had on
pretty,
very classic and very beautiful. I mean, some of the gowns were gorgeous because I
I'll poke around too.
But then there was some I wouldn't like. But it's a contest of who can get the most publicity.
Right.
And you know, Tom Brady's wife used to go every year. I didn't see her this year there. She used to dress.
You think she's pretty?
I wouldn't have expected that from him. I would have expected something more. I think she's attractive, but I don't see the big, I don't think
I don't think she's mind-blowing. It's nothing against her. She's probably a nice woman and a great mother and all that. She is attractive, but she's not, I don't know.
But evidently, if you watch the roast, they made it sound like she stepped out on him first. That's what they said with the trainer, the physical trainer.
Oh yeah, that's right, they did. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. I mean, if your kids were watching that show, they must have got so upset.
But to me, you sign up for it. Like it's entertainment. Like it's just.
Well, here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at it
when you marry a celebrity, you sign up for that.
Yeah.
Whether it's a sports celebrity, look at what's his name, the golfer there. Tiger Woods. Yeah. I mean, look at that.
What did he end up doing? I even forget.
She hit him over the head with a golf club.
I forget.
And she threw him out, and then he got in the car. He spit. He hit a tree. I think it's outrageous. The things that a normal person would be locked up for life.
I know.
Some of these things. I mean, but they get away with it.
Stuff.
I mean, they get away with it. Alec Baldwin, he got away with it.
I didn't follow the rest of that. Was that with the gun thing?
Yeah, the gun thing.
Yeah, but what was that? I didn't follow.
What was he doing?
How do you not know a gun's loaded?
Okay,
like, I don't
somebody's going to get offended when I say this, but what was Alec Baldwin doing? Pointing the gun at his director or whatever.
Co-worker, I thought.
Co-worker. Yeah, because she was a director or something. Or a costume designer, whatever she was. Shooting it at her anyway. Even if he thought it had a blink in it, why was he doing that? Can somebody answer that? No one's answered that question.
Yeah. I know, because you had to have a pretty good aim.
But that woman, that prop woman went to jail. And he's still walking the streets.
Why? Because she had the gun loaded by accident?
That's what they're saying.
I would be so mad at myself. I could never forgive myself. If I ever did that and killed someone by accident, or even if they didn't die, just the fact that I killed them by accident, I would be ruined.
That woman's family is suing him civilly. Yeah. And I hope they win. Yeah. And I think he has a history of violence. Yeah. Of beating up people. He's so in love with himself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's not bad looking.
People.
But he's probably an asshole.
I'm not boycotted. I don't want to watch anything with him in it. Any movie he made, I don't want nothing to do with it. I just think he's a nasty person. Yeah. And I feel very sorry for that woman's family.
That's awful. But who's saying it's like there's conspiracy theories around it, saying that it was a setup, like it was almost intentional?
Well, nobody told him to pull the trigger. It's not like he was acting in a movie and then people were part of the cast. Yeah. They were workers on the set. I know,
that is so weird. It's so weird. Something's not right.
I don't believe him. I think he's lying.
Oh, I don't believe it either. I didn't follow the whole thing, but I didn't believe the whole thing.
But you know what?
Crazy.
No one will say this but you and
I know.
See, this is why I say...
This is the problem with the media, though, because it's like, Oh, you're going to say this is why what?
That's what I say why we're good with this, because we say what we want, and we're saying the truth. And we're saying what most people think, but don't have the right courage to say it. And because they want to be, but seriously, I've heard many people say that about him, And
that's awful. That's awful.
Fighting with people and yelling at people.
Like if you hear me, if I'm an actress and you hear me a gun, I'm just such a double checker, quadruple checker, Alan. I am though. I would have to check that gun, and they're like, "Oh no, Tanya, it's good." I'd be like, "Can you show me?"
But
I'd be so paranoid. I'd have to check that gun. I'd have to check it.
They were at filming. Why was he shooting the gun? No one can answer that question. If someone knows, let me know.
Yeah, drop a comment. It's true.
But anyway.
It's true. It's crazy. Yeah, but this was fun today. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, everyone, for putting up with us. We got a little carried away, but
I know we always
have a great week.
Have a nice rest of the week. And
we hope to do this again.
Yes, yeah, definitely reach out anytime. And next week, actually, I have a different thing going on next week. Her name is Coretta. She owns a place, right? And like Ralph Square, I love that side, like Ralph Street, Cranston, Ralph Square. It's like a medical spa, like med spa. It's called Beyond Beauty Med Spa, Rhode Island. Next week, on the 4th of June, already into June, which is nice because I can't wait for summer.
Oh, wow.
So yes, so it'll be there next week in Cranston, on Ralph Street, Beyond Beauty Med Spa, Rhode Island. I'm thinking it's possibly going to be a morning live. I was trying to get that confirmed. It might be in the morning. So yeah, tune into that. So
all right, that'll be great.
So thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.